All right, Coach, autumn in full swing, and it is decently chilly, but all in all, a pleasant day here at FedEx Field just outside of the District of Columbia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
61, matchbox, right.
Wentz. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
What's that? 180!
Watch the slant!
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers play with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Let's go. Great.
On first down, Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. It's a second down run with Sanders. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
And it brings up 3rd down.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. From the gun, it's Wentz. It's caught. Jones. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Eagles 14, Redskins nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down.
Ready? Step 180.
Mike's 59.
80.
That's it. Mike, check. 59. Hey.
Ready?
From the gun, here's Newton. He's going to look deep down the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Space to maneuver at the 40. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
Sunday.
56. Mike's 56.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. That's
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to... He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Ready?
Drop deep.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. He will push his way down to about the 14. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. throwing now is Wentz. Steps away to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second. Oh, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Newton. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that'll make it 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Returnable here for Davis. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you...
And he's going to go down again. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Newton on first down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Newton now to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang at Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on second down. Newton. And, oh, my goodness, what a catch at the 6. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. Geis, they'll try to run it. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. Second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Richard Rodgers, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign. That
takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Kill. Go.
Watch your drive. You ain't going nowhere. Mike 55.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Wentz. Caught by Jones. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
A big gain on the play, but it's third down.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, that'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Check. I can't believe they even let you play. 44 is to Mike. 8. I got you, pump. 44.
Third and long. It's Newton. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
30. Watch out. Watch out.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Solid. Kill. Here we go.
Another run here with Sanders. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Solid.
They'll go again with Sanders. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. This complete to Jones.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, Look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down. Going for it with Sanders. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth.
First down, Philadelphia.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. A first carry for Elijah McGuire. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On second down now, it's Sanders. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down at 4 now.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that's complete to Sanders. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's first and goal. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. It'll be first and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Wentz going to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
It wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. And it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Rodgers brings it in. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. He may try and run for this. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. After the run, they're going to throw. Connects here with the tight end, Jeremy Sprinkle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Newton now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw, Newton. Looking for the end, and that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Yeah, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. Shotgun now for Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. They are in the 4th in Buffalo. The Bills, they're just pouring it on in that one. A win would be their 2nd on the young season.
Ready.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Newton now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 2nd and 10. Newton again. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, Newton. And that will be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
44, Mike, 44.
Yeah. You don't want none.
They snap it to Newton. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are likely going to win it. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Here we go. Sweetie!
All right, here we go. Let's go, D.
Hey, move.
They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
56, Mike, 56.
Another run with Sanders. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wentz on the give to Sanders. Kendall Fuller in on the stop. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Tackle.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for Philadelphia, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.